Basically, I'm waiting here for D&E, and I will probably make like a real video talking about it in a couple of days when I feel like up to doing stuff. And the whole thing with the anesthesia and all that stuff takes like 45 minutes total, and then I'll be out in recovery for like an hour, and then the doctor's going to talk to Jason and let him know about everything that's going on or whatnot. But it's just sad. It really is. It really is sad. But regardless, I mean, I told Jason I don't want to just keep trying, but like I think that, I mean, I know lots of y'all have been through miscarriages and lots of y'all have dealt with things like this before. So, I mean, I don't want to give up, but I just feel so hopeless right now. Really, I do. I just feel hopeless. It really helped me. Like, it's getting off my chest. And it's easier to deal with it like this when I know that I'm not holding it all in, and I'm not just like sitting here suffering through this all alone. Happening. I was really hoping for a December baby. I was really hoping for a New Year's Eve baby. That would have been awesome. But hopefully, God willing, we'll get pregnant again really soon. Because at least we know we can get pregnant now. That's the big thing. I guess I should look into the positives of the situation. After 2 years of trying, and on basically the exact 2-year mark of trying, we get pregnant, and then it's like, you know, boom. But yeah, here's Jason. I'm talking to myself. I was making a video to myself. But yeah, so that's about it. That's about it.
You know, you're really, really excited about being a parent, and then get it yanked away from you.
So hey guys, this is probably gonna be like a quick video for you. So yesterday I had a D&E, which is a dilation and evacuation. So basically, what happened is yesterday I got, like, I'm somewhat of an impatient person, and yesterday I decided that I want another ultrasound just to make sure that the baby was doing okay, because I kind of felt different, but it wasn't like so much different from how I was feeling in the first place, because like I said before, I wasn't really having a lot of symptoms before in my pregnancy. I mean, I had symptoms, but it wasn't like other people where they were like all throwing up and stuff all the time and whatnot. And people were like, you know, that's normal. Everybody's not going to be the same type of person. Everybody's not going to have all these symptoms happening to them. So I went and got an ultrasound at 10 a.m. and the lady saw the baby up there. But she did an abdominal ultrasound because I went to this other place where they do like 3D ultrasound and all that crap. Because I had wanted to see how they operate, so I could get one eventually later on, around like 14 weeks, to see what the baby was going to be. And she was like, oh, well, you know, the baby is measuring 7 weeks and like 4 days, 5 days, something like that. Something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, because I'm 8 weeks and 1 day today, so the baby should be there, because the other day it was 2 days more than what it should be. So I was like, okay, well, you freaked me out a little bit right now, so I'm gonna go to my RE's office and request that they do ultrasound, a transvaginal ultrasound. They did their transvaginal ultrasound yesterday, and she saw the baby. She saw like my placenta moving, because that was from my heartbeat and stuff, but she said she couldn't find the baby's heartbeat. So they sent me to another place, because like my RE's office, you know, everybody ain't got like the best ultrasound stuff, whatnot. So they sent me to Delaney Radiology, which is like a diagnostic radiology place. So you're not going to see nothing. They're not going to tell you nothing. They're not going to give you any hint of what is going on. So I went there And that was like the most, like, I don't know, like, it just took so long. It took like an hour or something for them to do all these ultrasounds. They did the abdominal one, and then they did the transvaginal one. The transvaginal one took forever because she was taking pictures of every single thing up in me, it seemed like. Then I got up and went in the car. I cried a little bit because I was just like, this is not what I'm expecting out of this pregnancy. Then I was like, well, let me go to work and get my computer so I can go home and wait and see what happens. So I get to my job. Like, before then, I wasn't like crying after I came out of the third ultrasound place, but like I was still in a really, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't call it shock, but I was just more like just amazed at what was happening, I guess. And so I got to my job, and it's funny, the first thing, like, I got in there, I was fine. I mean, I think I probably was on the verge because I was like, now I got to deal with all these people at my job, because people weren't apparently, according to our policy, if somebody's on light duty, you're not supposed to ask them what they're on light duty for. But everybody and their mama was telling everybody else that I was pregnant. So now I got to deal with 200, 300 some people at my job, now knowing that I'm not pregnant no more. But like it's different compared to my YouTube, because my YouTube is people, I mean, I know some of y'all that watch the videos, but it's not like I know everybody. And it's not like, I don't know, I don't really deal with like pity well, and that's what I feel like everybody's gonna be like pitying me now. But anyway, so I walked in there, I was getting my computer, and my lieutenant was like, hey, and I just like, it was just like snap, like my whole demeanor changed as soon as she said hey. I was like I was on the verge of crying, and I was trying to go to the bathroom real quick and just deal with it in my own little way, but she stopped me, and she looked like she was about to cry. And I told her, I was like, they said I'm probably gonna have a miscarriage, and they said I'm probably gonna have to have surgery tonight to remove the baby. So I told her that, and then I left and went home. Around 1:30, 2 o'clock, the hospital called me, and it was like, oh, we're calling to schedule your procedure. And I was like, oh, okay. Thanks to my RE's office for calling me beforehand to warn me, instead of the nice little lady at the hospital who's trying to ask me, how am I going to pay to get my dead baby removed from my body? Yeah. So after that happened, I called my RE's office, and I was like, oh, okay, so what exactly did they find on the ultrasound? And she was like, well, the baby's heartbeat stopped, and it only grew to about like 7 weeks. I think she said 3 or 4 days, I'm not sure. And then when you hear that stuff, you start thinking, like, what did I do that day? Like, like, really, what did I do those days that could have caused this to happen? And like, I was thinking, did I take a bath that day? Because I literally I was feeling so horrible one day this week, and I'm pretty sure it was like Tuesday, and I took a bath. Like, the water was hot, but it wasn't like hot, and like at first it was really hot, and then I put more cold water in there to cool it down, because I know, like, you're not supposed to take really like excruciating hot baths when you're pregnant, because your baby can't regulate its temperature. So I did that, and like, my husband was like, don't sit here thinking about things that you said you think you could have did or something like that could have caused this, because the doctor was more likely, he said that it was probably something genetic with the baby itself growing in there. And it's funny, like, I told somebody, they asked me what did they say caused it, and I was like, it's probably a genetic abnormality, and they're like, well, on whose side? And I'm like, that doesn't matter. I don't really think it matters at this point whose side the genetic abnormality was. I think it wasn't even between us. It was just, at that stage of development, anything can go wrong, and obviously it went wrong. So my doctor told me to, I had surgery last night, and the doctor was like, don't really eat anything heavy because they knocked you out and stuff, and to not have sex for a week, don't use any tampons while you're bleeding. So basically my body's going to go back into ovulating probably really soon afterward, because they suck all the tissue out from the baby. So your body just thinks it just had a period, and now it's going to go back and reset to do what it was supposed to do before. So hopefully I ovulate as soon as it happens, like within the next month or two, because like last night I was in this little stage where I was like, I don't want to try again. Like I don't want to just like be that person that constantly has miscarriages. I don't want to be that person. And so I was like, you know, I'm never trying again. I'm never getting pregnant, blah, 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 blah. But today, like, I've had time to think about it and whatnot. And, you know, I'm not going to let this defeat me. I'm really not. It is what it is. It happened. It happens to 50% of pregnancies in the miscarriage. And most of the time, people don't even know that they were pregnant in the first place. They just think they had, like, a heavy period or something. But in my case, you know, I knew because I was TTCing, and you know, you're ovulating, you're tracking ovulation, you're tracking every single thing that happens to your body. Like, you're sensitive and you're in tune to your body, so you know everything that's going on. And I just feel like it's not fair for me to just decide, like, point blank, well, I don't even want to have to deal with this. I don't even want to have to be on the verge of thinking that this is going to happen again. So yeah, and it's not fair to my husband because he's 38 and I'm 29, and we're not young. We need to go ahead and have kids and be raising these little kids and filling this house with little babies and stuff, because, you know, you only have so long to raise your children. You only have so long to, like, you know, experience, you know, all this stuff. So honestly, I definitely am going to try again as soon as possible. I'm not going to be that person that just waits months and months. I'm not going to sit and dwell on it. I'm not going to just be like an emotional mess. Granted, I probably will have times where I just cry and think about it, and probably closer to when the baby is supposed to be born, I probably will be slightly upset around that time. But, you know, like I told Jason, it's better for me to be like this instead of sitting here just crying and just so emotionally just defeated. And that's not who I want to be anymore. I don't want to be that person that just lets every little thing affect you and just lets every little thing take over who you are. And that's, I mean, honestly, I just want to be, I'm just trying to think about the positives with the whole situation. I mean, yes, God promised you these things, and he tells you, you know, like, I even had a preacher tell my mom that I was going to get pregnant the day I found out I got pregnant. It was so weird to me, like, thinking, and that's what I kept telling myself. I was like, throughout the whole pregnancy, I was like, well, God promised you to me, so there's no way that God is going to take you away. But obviously, I think God maybe wanted me to realize that I can have a baby. You know, I can get pregnant, so it's not the fact that, you know, you're thinking, oh, this is never going to happen. It's happened, but it just didn't end like you wanted it to end. So anyway, this video is like super duper long right now, and I know a lot of y'all are going to be sad and upset with me. But like I said, it's life. It happens. It happens to 50% of pregnancies. So I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, oh, why me? Why? I'm really not going to do that. It was funny, like, not really funny, but as soon as I got home, because I wore, like, it was funny yesterday, I decided to wear this little pregnancy shirt that I had got, and it was like a little heart right here, and then had like a little baby at the bottom, like, yeah. So I don't know why I even told y'all that, but yeah, I started like taking all my pregnancy stuff away, because I'm the type of person, I feel like once you're pregnant, you should start going ahead and getting little things, so you won't have to buy everything at once. And now I have to like get a box and start putting all this stuff in until we find out we're pregnant again. And I know some people, when I had told them I was pregnant, they were like, you shouldn't tell people you're pregnant. You shouldn't tell people you're pregnant until you're over 12 weeks. 12 weeks is not a magical number. 12 weeks does not validate that your pregnancy is going to be successful. 12 weeks is just a number everybody just came up with. Was like, oh, after then, you know, tell people that you're pregnant. No. Anything can happen. If you read these pregnancy boards and miscarriage boards, people have miscarriages all the time, no matter what the week is. So, you know, even one of my sorority sisters, they was like, you shouldn't tell people that you're pregnant. And I was like, I feel like this. The moment you're pregnant. No matter how far along you are, you're pregnant. So I wanted people to share my happiness. And granted, I know people are going to have to share in this bad news with me too, but you know, it's better to have people in your corner instead of you sitting there suffering all alone and you're thinking like, I can't tell nobody why I'm moping around. I can't tell nobody why my work isn't getting done. I can't tell anybody why like my eyes are so puffy, why I just look so miserable, why I'm just like in a trance all the time for the next, I don't know, however long it takes you to not get over it, but to get through it. And me personally, I don't want to do that alone no more. Like, I'm tired of being the person that has to hold all your feelings in and you have to deal with it by yourself. Me and my husband, we're not those people. Like, he's emotional and I'm emotional. So for us to have to deal with this alone is not the business. It's not the best thing for me. And personally, I know somebody's going to be like, well, you shouldn't put your business out there, blah, blah, blah. But this is my therapy. I don't have money to pay some top-notch therapist to talk to them for 14, 15, 20 minutes and tell them about why I feel like I am and why I'm dealing with this like I am dealing with it. You know, my YouTube is my therapy. And if you don't like the video that I'm posting right now, you do not have to watch it. You know, you can choose to just unsubscribe to my channel. I don't know, but this is my life. And this is how I choose to live it. And this is the best way for me to live it. Because holding all this stuff in has never been good for me. So basically, that's all for now. There's really nothing else for me to say. I'm waiting for Jason to get back out of Walmart because we're going to my mom's house. Because my nephews and nieces are supposed to be there today. And I don't know if they're even there yet. Probably not. But my mom was talking about cooking out and stuff. And my mom even came to the hospital last night. I told her, I was like, Mom, you don't need to come out here. Because there's, like, I don't want you having to drive all the way up here to just sit with me. But I'm really glad that she came out there because it really did make me feel better. It did. And she tries to tell you those stories of her friends who had miscarriages and stuff, and you know, they go on to have successful pregnancies and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know, I wasn't really in the mood for like happy stories last night. I really wasn't. But yeah, that's about all, y'all. I'm like I said last night in the video, I even made a video in my bed last night while I was waiting for the procedure to happen, because you know, like I said last night, this is my therapy, this is my release, and it's better for me to release it out to the atmosphere instead of keeping it bottled in. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get back into the swing of things and making like hair. I'm probably gonna try to make some hair videos too, because I'm trying to rock my natural hair for a while. And I'm definitely gonna have a clip-in video from Kinky Curly Yaki next week as well, before I do my session at the hair show next week in Wilmington. Which, yeah, I don't know, last night I said I don't think I could possibly do it because I don't think I would be in the right mindset for it, but I think that'd probably be a good thing for me to do. So yeah, guys, so this is what happened. So I'll talk to you later. Jason probably will make a video later today to tell how he's doing with it. He's not doing that well compared to me. Like, he keeps telling me, like, you know, you can cry, you can do all this other stuff, but I'm just tired of crying. I'm just really tired of it. So I'm gonna let him make his video later, and I'll talk to you guys soon.